Hey guys, we are in New York, about to leave New York and head towards Austin. I will start doing something different with my YouTube channel, and I will try to tell a story about my opioid addiction, how it started, how it went, and how I got clean. And I'm gonna start by doing the first episode today, and I will keep telling my story as the time goes by, as we travel state to state. So today we're in New York and we're about to head into a tunnel. Let me show you. Here's the Lincoln Tunnel, you guys. And it's actually pretty long.
It goes under the Hudson River.
It goes under the Hudson River. And the light is not very good, so I will wait till we are in a better, clear lighting so I can continue with my story. Stay tuned. We had to make a quick stop at Cardi B's dentist house, celebrity dentist
Yeah,
Catrise,
she's coming to the box
Austin.
right now. I'm leaving right now.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Alright, okay, hello, I'm back, and I no longer am in New York. We are somewhere in Pennsylvania, and I think where I finished my story yesterday was that I started drinking at like 16, so my downfall started with alcohol when I was just 16 years old. My journey downhill started when I married my son's father at age 16, and I even faked the pregnancy to get married, because at 16 in Lithuania, if you are pregnant and you get your parents' permission, you can get married. So I faked the pregnancy. I started telling everybody I was pregnant before I was pregnant, and then we started planning the wedding, and finally a couple months after that I did get pregnant. But because of his abusive ways and him beating me on the regular basis, I had a miscarriage at 5 months, and we stayed married, and I started drinking more and more just to kind of cope with it, with the abuse and with the mental pain and everything. I wanted to be away from home as far as possible, so I would just drive around and just go nowhere, be nowhere. And then eventually I got a job at a strip club, so that was also, I guess, kind of my coping mechanism to get away, and the attention, I guess, was helping with all the pain I was feeling in my heart and in my soul. I was so young, I had no ways of coping, and I was not very close with my family, with my mother, even though I lost my train of thought. That's what years of drugs do to you. But okay, where was I? So anyways, at age 16, at 5 months pregnant, I lost a baby. We stayed married. My mom eventually helped us with the papers, so we were able to come to the United States, because she had been here for a year already, and she kind of knew her way around. So she got us both here. We found jobs, we got papers together, so we were able to stay. And I got pregnant again at the age 19. I had a baby. He didn't stop beating me, and abuse led to my back being so bad I was suggested to have a surgery. I had a spine surgery, and the doctor came out and he told my mother that here's a prescription. Right across the street there's Walgreens, go get her this medication, this is going to help her with her pain. And that was like 20 years ago, and those times the doctors were saying that if you use as prescribed, you will not get hooked, and that was not the truth. And I found out very quickly, maybe after a couple months, when I didn't take it, and I started feeling very uncomfortable, and I didn't realize what was going on initially. I thought I just had a flu, but somehow I put the dots together, and when I took the medication, I realized that I got better. So after a few days of experimenting like that, I realized that there's something wrong with it. And when I told the doctor about it, he basically blamed me. He said, you must have been using it wrong, and he threatened to cut me off. And at that point, I knew that I cannot be cut off because I know I get very sick. And during those days, nobody was talking about the epidemic yet. There were no information about how dangerous this drug was. So I felt ashamed, and actually I asked the doctor what else I can do to help my back pain. He suggested some kind of procedures, and I said, okay, I'll think about it. He says, well, since you need to think about it, maybe you don't need the medication that bad. Maybe you're not hurting that bad. So I said, oh no, I am hurting. So I kept getting medication, and I kept doing procedure after procedure. The doctor suggested I do. My back kept getting worse and worse. So did my addiction. And few years down the road, I was already on a lot stronger opioids. I went from taking Vicodin 7.5 milligram dose 1 to 2 pills to eventually being prescribed morphine, Dilaudid, fentanyl, oxycodone. Towards the end of my addiction, I was prescribed 80 milligram oxycodones. One of them at a time was no longer enough, but I will continue my story on the road, maybe tomorrow, and I will go to part 2. Take care, and thank you for watching. Here's my baby, my partner in crime, the man who saved my life. Thank you, my love.